Hey guys, we're currently renovating this ugly duckling. Where I'm standing right now is the start of the renovation process for us because we're adding a carport here at the front. And that means we're putting a gabled carport which will lead up to the front of the home. One of the plans of this property is to spruce this property up. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 2-car home now, sitting on around 1,000 square meters. And so with this front home, I want to render this eventually, which means getting the color change to a light grey or a dark grey to make it feel more modern. New gutters along the top here because they're rusted out completely and not doing their job. So come on inside and take a look at what we're changing in here as well. The first thing you'll notice is what I am standing on. This is vinyl planks, and it cost us around $15,500 to do the entire home, except for the bathroom, with these brand new vinyl planks, including the install cost. So thankfully I wasn't doing that one DIY myself, and definitely worth the money to get rid of the old carpets. As we come through, you can see we've got ceiling fans in here, aircon's already in place, which is for the living room as well, and a relatively modern kitchen for a little home. We're going to keep the archways, we're not going to spend more money than we have to. This is an IKEA kitchen that was in and installed before we bought the property, and you don't want to over-capitalise on a house like this, and so that's why I'm not spending any money in this kitchen area. As we come on through, we're adding utility to the bedrooms. In each of the bedrooms, which are a very good size as you can see, we've added wardrobes. These rooms didn't have robes themselves, so we're going to connect these up, put in a nice sliding door between each of the robes, and then you'll have a mirror there as well. So it makes the room feel larger. That's a good tip. If you find a wardrobe and you can add a wardrobe to a bedroom, do mirrored doors because it makes the room feel and appeal larger. We're doing the same in both of the other bedrooms as well. This is a massive master for the size of the home. It's actually oversized. We've got the old wardrobes on one side and then the new wardrobes on the other. Again, same concept, glass doors, you can get dressed, you can see what you look like and it reflects the light. There's also ceiling fans in here. Yes, it's old and a little bit ugly, but you don't need to spend money on these things unless you want to change them and upgrade them. And again, we've got a Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, which is the same brand we've used in pretty much every single one of our renovations. The story is the same for the 3rd bedroom, so we'll just duck our head in there. Same story in here, smaller room, wardrobe upgrade, nothing else to spend in terms of the money in these rooms. The next change is in the bathroom. Now in the bathroom we've got all the old tapware. So we've got chrome tapware mixed with white tiles. And so chatting with myself and the team, we've worked out that black is going to be the thing to put in here in terms of the tapware. So again, matte black taps for here as well, and then change to a rain shower head to really upgrade that because, you know, it's much nicer to have a rain shower in my opinion than just one little shower head. Now the really exciting thing with this property is the size of the block. So this is a basic 3-bed, 1-bath home with a 2-car carport now at the front. Where the value lies is in this backyard. So come on outside with me. As we come through the laundry, you'll see there's a fence right behind me. And the reason we have a fence up is this is a development site. I'm building a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home out the back here because this block is over 1,000 square meters. It's going to have drivable side access off to the side where we can put a driveway down there and separate each of the properties. As you can see out here, we've got really wide side access. More than drivable because we've got enough frontage on this property. So if you're looking to do these sites, you've got to make sure you've got enough frontage and you've got reasonable side access for a car and trucks because you're going to be building the property and then you want easy access once it's built as well. So make sure you check with your council if you're doing a site like this that you have appropriate frontage and access. Now the rough numbers is I purchased this property for $855,000, spending about $75,000 to $100,000 on all these upgrades on the front home to really bring it back to life. And then for the rear dwelling, spending about $300,000 to $350,000 all in. So if you do the maths, you're looking at about $950 for the front home and the renovations, another $300,000 to $350,000 for the back dwelling, which puts us around a $1.3 to $1.4 million total development cost. Now with 2 standalone homes in this area, these properties would sell easily for around $800,000 a piece, which means there's a $200,000 equity creation if I can separate the lots and strata or subdivide the dwellings. Now, my plan personally is just to hold these assets for the long term because I like the location. And so this is something you can think about in your own journey. Can you build a granny flat? Can you strata title? Can you subdivide? Look at those options, work with your town planner and find sites like this And we can help you find those sites. So if you want to buy a site exactly like this in Southeast Queensland, head over to purposeproperty.com.au to book in a chat with myself and the team, and we can discuss how we might be able to buy a site with this upside potential in your portfolio sometime soon.